Welcome to Top 5 with Joey Cassata. Starring Joey Cassata.
Team Jesus, my friend. No! Am I walking around park?
Co-starring Ernie Palooza. Now here's your host, Joey Cassata.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Top 5. I'm your host, Joey Cassata. My co-host today.
I'm behind. Wasn't ready for this. I am. I'm
How
Tommy
about
Slater.
your real name? And with us again this week, back by popular demand, we got the doctor, Tom Snyder.
What's up, boys?
You just scared all the children viewers. What's up, boys?
I'm great, man.
Just drove from New York to be with you guys.
How long is that drive for you?
Most people, but I got that Waze app, so I do about 85, 90.
Yeah.
Hour and 35.
Oh man, that's good.
Jesus Christ. So I think we have an absolute classic topic today. I think it's going to be so much fun. We're going to do the top 5 dumbest things we did as kids. I mean, there's a lot more than 5. I know that.
I only have 5, Joe.
You're right.
I only did 2 dumb things. I never did anything dumb.
Meaning Tommy was number 1?
Most of my dumb things started when I met you, Joe.
Well, it's funny that you say that because we will have a follow-up episode in the future. Top 5 dumb things we did as adults, which we have plenty of those.
A dumbass update. Nice.
We're going to add a little new segment to the show tonight. We're going to add, what are you drinking tonight, Doctor?
Oh, went to the Finger Lakes last week. Warthog. It's a ginger cider.
Really?
Yes. It's excellent.
Nice. So is it like it's not beer. It's like an apple cider, but it's ginger?
Yeah, ginger flavored.
Nice. What do you got over there, Ern? No milk?
No, nothing.
For anyone who hasn't had any, I'm drinking this beautiful peanut whiskey. It is tremendous. You ever had this, Doctor?
Christmas time. We put it in hot chocolate.
For anyone, this is rare, I guess, but it tastes like. You ever have Nutella?
Yes.
It's like a cordial. It tastes like that. It's fabulous. All right, so let's get right into our show today. We're going to have so much fun with this one. I can't wait to. I didn't know you guys really as kids. So I met you. I mean, I was still a kid. You guys were, middle-aged when I met you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I met you guys when I was 16 and you guys were like 21. So I didn't meet you when we were kids. We're talking about, I guess, what's the age limit here? We're talking probably up to like 12, 13 years old, right?
That's what I'm going by.
Mine's starting at age 4 and it ends at age 16.
That's all right. That's okay. We'll bend the rules for you, Ern. All right,
Hey,
Doctor.
I'll tell you, hold on a second. If you take away my number 1, it's age 4 to age probably 10.
Number 1 is okay. I can't wait to hear the 16-year-old number 1. Jesus Christ.
The dumb years.
Obviously, we all grew up in Brooklyn, so I think I have a feeling we're going to crisscross some of these. What do you got, Doc? How many do you think we're going to crisscross?
Nothing. I guarantee a lot of this has to do with bicycles, though.
I definitely have some honorable mentions on bikes, that's for sure. Ern?
Nothing with you. Maybe 1.5 with Tommy.
I don't even know what that means.
There's two. All right, we'll move on. But I gotta Ernie.
All right.
All right, we'll leave it.
Doc,
We'll
we're gonna
talk about
start with you. Come on, give us your number 5. Number
Okay,
5
I'm
dumbest
not-
thing you ever did as a kid.
Not proud of this. I wish I was. I wish I was younger when I tell the story. 6th grade, I went to PS 222, and it was Halloween. My parents are a lot older, so I guess they didn't take a real genuine interest in me because my mother was in work. So I went to school dressed as Steve Martin as a Halloween costume.
The arrow through the head?
No,
Oh,
no white suit.
what'd you wear?
Didn't. I cringe at this. I put baby powder in my head and make it white. So by the time I got to school, it was all puffed out, and I walk around telling teachers and everyone Steve Martin, and they're just staring at me like I belong put away somewhere. I think Mr. Bernstein, he took a liking or a special interest in me, and he said, Tom, you should have got the arrow at least. I'm just standing there just like myself, going, I'm Steve Martin. What an idiot.
Please tell me you have a picture for me to post during this episode. Do you have a picture?
No, of course not. The powder didn't stay long enough in my hair.
Jesus Christ.
It's baby powder. It went like this and it puffed out. It was gone by the time I got to school.
Yeah, pretty stupid.
Well, dumb, I thought we were talking about.
Oh yeah, I thought that's the same. That's not the same thing. Ernie, what's the definition of those two?
Oh boy.
Just I don't even know where to begin with what you guys are talking about. I
Dumb-
do remember
dumb-
this though.
I think dumb is doing something that you're unaware of. Stupid is doing something you're aware of.
Yeah, that's not it.
Maybe.
There's
Maybe.
no
I
way,
don't know.
there's no way that's accurate, but we'll take it anyway.
All
All
I
right,
got.
Ernie, what do you got? Number 5.
Andrea on the corner. You know how I felt about her from age 6 all the way to age 23. All right. When in the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, I had a terrible crush on Andrea, and every night I would call her house pretending I forgot my homework just so I could talk to her for a moment. She would tell me the homework, and I would say thank you and hang up. And that's it for years. Nothing else ever.
Smooth.
He likes to call people's houses and hang up, I say.
No, I used to always pretend I didn't write down the homework, just as an excuse, just to But that's it. Afterwards, thank you, goodbye. I'm going to do it.
You know what makes us really dumb? You were probably the best student in that grade.
Yeah, it's a
Right. There's no way he forgot his homework. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to ask her if she knew what the heck was going on at the time.
Well, if she's watching, please send us an email at top5withjoeycassata@gmail.com and let us know if you remember Ernie calling you and torturing you every night about his homework.
All right,
Andrea, if you're living in Australia, then you can see us.
you should have let us know, Ernie, because then maybe we could have Andrea on. It would have been great. Could have
Come on.
contacted.
First of all, I was 5 minutes ago. I was still writing this.
Hold on, Ernie. We have a surprise guest for you tonight. Here, Andrea, come on in. Okay.
And maybe my teacher could have came on too.
I love it. So a couple of mine, you guys went very specific. A couple of mine are very specific, but there's a couple general things that I did as kids more than once that, I look back on and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? And I'm sure this first one, my number 5, I think it's something you guys have probably done too growing up in Brooklyn. And if you guys remember, whenever there was a nice snowstorm, we used to do something called skitching. And that's basically, for people out there who don't know what skitching is, in so many words, it's bumper skiing. It's grabbing the end of a bumper of a car or even I used to do it on the city buses on Flatbush Avenue too. We used to do it on Flatbush. And you would grab the bumper and you would ride the car skiing with your feet, no skis, just your feet, your shoes, down the street holding the cars. And, eventually, the guy would stop short and your head would slam into the car and he would come out running after you, screaming at you, you sons of bitches, get out of here. And we would go running. And a lot of times what would happen too, I was a chubby kid and I couldn't keep my balance like with my niece in the skiing position. So I used to grab on like this and my belly would just be laying on the ground like that. And looking back, look how dangerous that is. One bump that you're dead.
Yeah, I think I think that's classified as stupid when you say Flatbush Avenue, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, sneakers. You gotta get sneakers. Sneakers were the best.
Because you slide, right?
Yep.
The rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
I never had the guts to do it.
You never did it, Ern?
I never had the guts.
Never did it.
Nope.
You never did it either?
No.
Wow.
Me and Ernie were good kids.
Yeah.
Well, we saw it. I knew everybody else did, but I never had the courage.
My father would have kicked my ass.
Oh,
Period.
if my mother ever saw me doing it, I would have been way more hurt than I could have ever gotten skitching.
Flatbush. Throw me in the middle of Flatbush, not my mom, please.
and right, not even mentioning if you fall, if there's a car behind you and you fall off, what happens? You get run over, right?
Right. Sounds like fun.
Tommy's dad would have read us over on purpose as a punishment.
Yeah.
I made it. I'm here. Right? We never. Listen. I never saw anyone get run over, so we all made it.
Scientific evidence, right there. Indisputable.
Kids out there, don't try it.
I almost kissed the bumper outside of Cuckoo's Nest once.
Why?
No, I'm not gonna. We'll save that for another episode.
Oh shit.
Ask Steve and Brendan what I did. But anyway, that's it.
All
Brendan's
right, Doc.
dead anyway, rest his soul. I shouldn't be talking about him.
Poor Brendan. The helicopter went down. We never heard from him again.
Never heard from him again.
Anyway, moving on. Doc, you're number 4. What do you got?
All right, here we go. Coming back from Marine Park, playing stickball on the bike. I was bored, and I just was driving the bike, and I had the stickball bat, and I was just tapping the front wheel as I'm going down the block, and I turned away for 2 seconds, and I jammed the stickball bat into the spokes.
Right over the handlebars, right?
It was great. Right over, smashed my face on the floor, and then the bike seat, the whole back rear, came back over and smashed my face again into the ground. Fantastic. Fantastic. It was great. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I can picture it. You're almost carrying the stickball bat like a lance, right?
Right.
Like you're going to joust somebody, right?
You never did that?
Of course.
Oh,
I
okay.
never had the pleasure of catching it in the spoke, but I did used to carry my bat or wiffle bat or stickball bat or aluminum bat, and I used to pretend like it was a lance. We'd joust each other.
Yeah, bicycle Lance Armstrong. It all ties together. But
Growing up in Brooklyn.
That could have happened anywhere, folks.
No, you'd be surprised.
Oh,
Stickball,
just Brooklyn.
Stickball
you're
is,
right.
Not many people
You're
know
right.
what stickball even is.
No, you're right. If you're right, stickball bat, you're absolutely right. Agreed.
Great, Duke. Great. Obviously, great when I could picture you flying over the handlebars. It's classic.
I got more of those. Let's go.
All right, Aaron. What do you got? Number 4.
Oh yeah. Number 4. You know what a trust test is? Like when somebody like falls backwards and you catch them.
Oh yes.
Well, this is similar to that. I would ride my bike with my eyes closed, with Greg sitting on the handlebars, and he would verbally guide me while my eyes were closed. In the middle of Avenue R in traffic.
What's wrong with you guys?
Looking back, it was a
hip
mistake.
is kitchen.
Right. You didn't have the nerve to skitch, but that was okay. Blind bike riding in the middle of the avenue is good.
The only thing was, it could have been Flatbush.
I would have started Joey.
You'd have so right. I would have went by Skitchen. Aaron.
Maybe he did forget his homework. I don't know. It's that one.
Wait, so let me ask you, did it ever end in tragedy or, injury?
I'm still here. Well,
Again, kids, scientific evidence. You don't have to be wrapped in bubble wrap to make it.
You don't have to ride a bike with your eyes open.
Right, never mind helmets. We didn't even have eyes as kids.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm already laughing way too much already. I don't know if it's the peanut whiskey or it's just the stories. It's a little bit of both. Good one, Ern. I know Greg is a big fan of the show. We're going to have Greg on in a couple weeks. We'll figure out a topic, but I know you just mentioned him. We'll say a quick hello if he's listening.
I'll ride him here on my bike.
Yeah.
I think if Greg's back in the area, I think you guys should get on a bike and reenact it for us.
Yeah.
Can you
It'd
do
be
that
great.
for the opening of the show? We'll use that as the opening. Because
that'd
that's
be
not going to
fantastic.
end well. There's no way.
One too many times.
So speaking of bike stories, so we had 2 bike stories. This was actually my number 3. I'm going to move it down one just because we have a little bike trio going here. So my bike story, it never ended that bad, but I was always the biggest kid of my group. I was this size in 3rd grade. So I was roughly 6 feet, 180 in 3rd grade. So, I'm not a giant adult, but a 3rd grader, I was like Andre the Giant. So all my friends were way smaller than me. So I used to always do these crazy things with them. And one of the things we used to do, if you remember when you all had dirt bikes as kids, we used to have the pegs on the fronts and the pegs on the backs. So we used to try to figure out, okay, how many kids, Joey's on the bike, he's riding. How many kids can we get on this bike and ride? So we used to have me riding, standing, because someone else was going to sit. So I would stand and ride. Someone else sitting. That's 2. We'd have one on the pegs in the front, one on the pegs in the back, one on the handlebars, and one on my shoulders. So we'd have 6 kids on the one bike, and we'd try to balance. And I was like I said, I was like Andre the Giant with 7 midgets on me, and we're riding down the street, and I'm like this, and obviously it never ended good because eventually I had to go down because if you remember, I'm standing pedaling. So I could never get my feet down to brace the bike. So to end the ride, no matter what happened, we were always going down. So at the end, no matter what, all 6 kids hit the pavement every time, got back up. Yeah, let's do it again.
I saw the same thing. It was in a circus with monkeys, though.
Yeah, my friends don't like monkeys.
I'm not impressed, Joe. Your eyes weren't closed.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I wish I knew Ernie back then. If I would have thought of it, I would have had my eyes shut.
Oh, Greg and Ernie would have that would have been it. That would have been it.
Ernie, we could have teamed up. We would have been like a superhero team, the dynamic duo.
Great.
All right, Duke. You're number 3.
All right. I had an incoming call. Sorry. I had to touch the screen. You guys didn't see that.
Tell your wife not to call during the show. What's the matter with you?
I got to get my computer fixed. But anyway. My father, home remedy, the old school. He'd take out kite string and he'd stitch you up. No one went to the doctor. No, not with my dad around, So, you just get an earache. So my father would show me how to fill the sink up with water, put some peroxide in it, put some peroxide in your ear, lay down on your side, you hear it crackling and breaking up all the wax. After it stopped crackling, you knew it was, loose. So then you put the syringe into the water in the sink and spray it into your ear.
I did that too.
All right. But here's the twist. I filled up the sink with scalding hot water, and I thought it was cold water.
Oh, jeez.
So when I shot it into my ear, my brain, I couldn't even make a noise. My brain didn't know what was happening. I was like this. It's like I couldn't even scream. My brain was like, it was unbelievable. Like my brain didn't talk to me for a week.
That's like that old commercial. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. You'd see the egg frying. That was your brain.
My brain was like, I did not tell you to do that. Okay, you're on your own on this one. Yeah,
Wait, just do me a favor. Come a little closer and show me what your brain was like again. And there's the opening.
Belongs in a horror movie one.
Jesus. Yeah, speaking of which, that was worse than any scene we talked about last episode. Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ. Wow. Yeah.
got the wax
gotta
out.
be bad.
Got the wax out.
Never had wax again.
Never had brain cells again.
Some brain fluid. You know, I got a little. It was good.
You got some of the wax out even on the other ear.
Lloyd through. Woo. These are good ones. Yeah, you're right. We're not overlapping. I like it. Ernie, what do you got? Number 3.
Number 3, before Andrea, and I'm talking about age 4 or 5 or maybe even age 3.
What are you, a stalker?
Yeah, there was Christina down the block.
Ah,
You remember Christina? Yes. She would fill dirt and mud in a bucket and turn it over so it all comes out packed together and keeps the pail's shape. And she would call it a mud pie. Well, because I liked her, I remember thinking they were delicious.
one of the very few things you were not allergic to at that age.
Or
I
maybe
should be, though.
maybe the opposite. Maybe that's where his allergic reaction started right there. He's eating mud.
Ooh. That's
Might,
deep.
Discovered something.
So it's all Christina's fault.
Oh, what we do for women.
They were delicious. I have a memory of thinking like they were delicious for mud pies.
You were a real playboy back then.
No, that's all as far as I got was eating of that.
I heard you did the same thing with Colleen's cooking to win her. Oh, this is so good.
It's the best apple crisp I've ever had.
Well, you won't make fun of the apple crisp this time.
I love the apple crisp. The cooks threw me out of the kitchen in your wedding. They literally threw me through the swinging doors. I went flying out of the kitchen because I was eating it with my hands.
Those are some cooks. Were the bouncers wearing chef hats? What is weird?
Either they were tough or I was very drunk and completely off balance.
I'm going to go with the drunk.
Yeah, probably. All right, I got a good one. So my number 3, again, this is more of a general one. I don't know if you guys did it again, but growing up in Brooklyn, we used to do something called roofing. And what roofing was it wasn't roofing like the top of your house, but we all had garages in the backyards in our houses. And we all grew up in Marine Park. So, our neighborhood was similar, but we were a little bit of ways from each other. And we used to get on one of the garages, and the goal was to be able to jump from garage to garage all the way down your block. Now you're talking, you're probably talking about 5, 6, 7 foot gaps in between these garages. So if you're not getting a running start, you're falling 15 feet to the floor. So you have to get a running start every time to get to the next garage. And kids were flying off these garage roofs left and right all the time. And I remember it calling, hey, what do you want to do? You want to go roofing tonight? Yeah, let's do. Want to go roofing? Yeah, of course, let's go roofing. It was like a thing. It was like a Friday night, let's go roofing. Ridiculous.
Too much Mary Poppins, in my opinion.
Did you guys ever do that?
I don't think we reached. We would have.
Yeah. Mazza Place, Ernie side of the block. Joint houses. So you only had two garages put together with a in the middle. You couldn't leap on to the other property. But we used to go into the back alley, or we used to call it the black alley, because it was tarred. And Friday nights, we'd go up to Dick's on Quentin Road. We'd get Dipsy. I know Ernie loved his Dipsy Doodles, and we get like a little snacks. And Friday night, we'd sit up on this garage and we'd eat. And then we turned that into a spy club. Then we took it another step, and we started spying on people. So we spied on my father. My father sicked the dog, my own dog, on me, and my dog didn't know me. And we were going over the fence, and I forget whose leg he had, but we were trying to get at it. But yeah, it was,
Wait,
we did something similar.
Did he know it was you, or he's just, no, did your dad know it was you?
No, nor did my dog.
The more important question is, did he care?
Right, exactly. I say
What, my
bullshit.
dog?
His dad knew it was him, and so did the dog, and they both went after him anyway.
What do you guys say? My dad and dog didn't give a shit. That's fucked up.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Okay.
You think that's bad? Wait till you hear what I'm going to say next.
Oh, shit.
Jesus. Here we go.
All right, Doc, what do you got? Number 2.
Ernie might have this one. Deals with a bike. We came up with this elaborate scheme. I was one of those idiots. I was infamous for getting a laugh out of people. So I was the kid that they challenged me to climb up a snow hill and slide into a slush puddle. I was the idiot that did it just for a giggle. That's what I would do. Stupid dumbs, like, stupid stuff like that. But the one time we came up with this scheme. I don't know how bored we could have been, but we had a ski mask, and we said, Billy, Greg, Ernie.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna create a scenario where you're gonna steal your own bike with a ski mask. We're gonna run after you down the block, and you're gonna steal your own bike with the ski mask. All right, fine.
What?
Now the plan was,
we were acting.
On our block, everyone knew us, so it was a quick look, and people go, all right. So they said, there goes the special kids. They were supposed to stop at the end of the block on Fillmore Avenue. So I turned the corner. They continue screaming, someone stole my bike. So now there's a bunch of drunks in the park that throwing bottles at me.
Oh, my God.
I turn onto Marine Parkway, and Billy's cousins, there's about 4 brothers there. They see I'm going, and they see us chasing me, screaming, someone stole my bike.
You still have a ski mask on.
Yeah, dumb. I should have just ripped it off at that point.
Rip it off. It's me, Tommy.
Right. But these idiots they weren't supposed to keep chasing me either.
No, they're not the idiots. You're the idiot.
I can't accept that. But
All
anyway,
you have to do is take the mask off.
So Bert, the oldest brother, pulls out the car out of the driveway. I almost die. I go into the street. Another car is chasing me. Bottles are going after me, being flown at me. Russell, Ronald, and Dominic, big fat Dominic, they start chasing me on their bikes. They knock me off the bike. They skid next to my head. Dominic gets on top of me, rips the mask off, is ready to punch me in the face. And they all looked very disappointed in me.
Now, wait, I have a question. Now, is this a game, or you like training for when we're in Brooklyn again? Obviously, my bike got robbed at least 3 times as a kid. Are you guys training for like an assault? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Here's what we're gonna do.
But you never, Joey. But you never stole your own bike.
No, I definitely never stole my own. You think you're better than me? You never stole your own bike.
You're so dangerous, skitching on the back of a bus. Me, I close my eyes in the middle of an avenue driving a bike. But anyway. I have a footnote on this. See, I'm not dumb. I crazy glued the ski mask on my head.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Shut up.
I did. There's a footnote.
Is that true or no?
No, I'm just trying to cover it up.
Okay, I was going to say. Woo.
You got to see the disappointment, though. They all looked at me like I just did the dumbest thing, almost got my ass kicked, run over, and they all went, fucking Snyder, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Did they say to you by any chance that this is going to be number 2 on your dumbest things when you do top 5 when you're 50 years old?
Yeah, Russell said, one day there's going to be a pandemic. You guys are going to be on the podcast, and you're going to mention this.
He was right. Look at this. It's crazy.
He was almost. Yeah, he was pretty close.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ernie, you
But
remember that?
But I owe one.
I do remember this very well.
I owe to Greg, Ernie, and Billy, and it might have been Vinny Cassidy of almost getting me killed, and Eddie Romeo for continuing chasing me. So
Yeah, give them all a
Shout
shout
out.
out. Say, yeah.
shout out. Thanks, boys.
All right, Ern, you got to top that. What do you got?
Oh my God. Number 2 stupidest thing I did as a kid is not.
There's another little girl that I stalked.
And Mary Beth on the other corner.
Oh boy.
She made fresh lemonade, and I told her it was delicious.
She peed in a pitcher, and I told her it was delicious.
Come on, you never ate mud before?
For a girl? Yeah. What, you never ate mud for a girl before?
Besides Kerry, there was no other girl that ever appeared on the block.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
You should
Aaron.
remember.
Give
Go
it to
ahead.
us.
Number 2 stupidest thing I did as a kid is not beating up Snyder.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
He tortured me for years
wrong.
as a kid.
You're wrong. You're
It would
wrong.
have been a classic story of the nerd standing up to his bully.
You knocked me out, you moron.
That was
You
that was
moron.
it was one moment, and hold on, that was just one punch. Anyway,
It was a pretty good punch right on my temple that landed me on my ass. I didn't know where it was. In Greg Foss's house.
that was total luck.
What?
But let's face it, they make movies out of these type of incidents.
Jeremy spoken.
Well, he probably would have just beat the crap out of me anyway, so I guess it was better that I didn't.
But Ernie, I even remember that story. You guys always tell the story about the one time that you finally stuck up to Snyder and you sucker punched him, laid him out, and then ran because they told you, Ernie, you better get out of here.
Yeah, well,
Kerry threw me out of the house.
I chased him after I got up. But
Oh yeah. Nobody tells the part right afterwards where afterwards we're fighting in the street trying to push each other in front of cars driving by. Nobody tells that part of it.
You're making me feel bad. I'm gonna drive over there and let you punch me in the face again.
No.
I feel horrible.
I hurt myself.
Ernie, I picture you like the kid from Christmas Story, finally sticking up to that bully, and on top of Snyder like this, cursing, son of a bitch, fuck shit, and everyone's like this.
I had it coming. Look, Ernie. Feel better?
Yeah.
I like that one, Ern.
Let me go get a stickball bat. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel
All right, I
horrible
got
now.
a good one for number 2. Avi, you guys know I'm a big Kiss fan, right? I think you guys know this.
Kiss my ass, Ozzy Zulz.
I went to see Kiss when I was 5 years old. First time, Madison Square Garden, Dynasty Tour, Kiss and makeup, bombs going off, drum risers, and Ace Frehley had this smoking guitar solo. And during some of his solos, Ace would go on his knees and like lean back like on the floor. He would be on the floor and lean all the way back and play his guitar solos. So, and I tell a detailed version of this story in my book too. But when I got home that night from Madison Square Garden, I was pretending I was Ace Frehley. I grabbed my wiffle ball bat. I was on the top of my couch, on the back of my couch, and not the low part, the back of the couch, so up higher. Obviously, I'm 5 years old at the time.
You sure this wasn't the Hamptons?
It's very similar to the Hamptons, yes. But here's the difference. I jump off the couch and try to land like Ace on my knees, leaning all the way back. And when I do it, I broke my hip. 5 years old, I had a hip fracture because I was pretending to be Ace Frehley, coming home from the Kiss concert, trying to do a guitar solo. I was laid up, but you know what? It turned out to be a godsend because I was laid up for weeks and weeks and weeks in my room, in my bed, and all I did, I was just introduced to Kiss at the time. all I had to do, there's no cell phones. I don't even think I had Atari or anything like that yet. It was still too early for that stuff. All I did was listen to Kiss records. So I think that's kind of why I became such a big Kiss fan. Not even because of the concert, because I had nothing else to do but listen to Kiss and I think watch Gilligan's Island.
That sounds like worse than misery. Being hobbled and being made to listen to Kiss records. I mean, you were skinny before that, right? I could see you laying in bed and your mother and grandmother feeding you meatballs. I could see it.
Here, this will make you feel better. Eat this. Eat this. No more, Ma. No more.
The new show, My 600-Pound Ass.
Yeah, I was like 34 pounds before that, and then I came out of hip surgery around 120.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Are
boy.
you saying the guy who did the one-hit wonder New York Groove was in Kiss?
Whoa. That is
No, 'cause
not
that's
a
the best
one-hit
song.
wonder, you son of a
No,
bitch.
that song's too good.
That is Ace
I like that
Frehley.
song.
Right
I like
around
that
that
song.
time, too, Ernie. They played it that night live, just so you know.
Oh, you had the wrong groove.
You need to go see Paul Stanley's new album and his video. He looks like Little Richie. He's had so many facelifts.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
not look. He's not, his eyebrows are like this.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
Doctor. Your number one dumbest thing you did as a kid.
Involves a bike. But it was different that day. It was just different. I came out of the house. It was a sunny day. And I had one of these iron mailboxes. Mailbox. It was like right by the front door. There was a yellow jacket flying around. So I took my hat and I swiped at it. So I proceeded to get on my bike and put my hat on and going down the block. And it was in my hat. So I was going down the block. Once again, my brain's like, what's going on up there? What's going on? Like the syringe wasn't enough. Like, what are you doing? So
Show us.
Okay. So I'm going down about my all the neighbors are watching me drive by them on the bike, and they're probably like, "There's the Snyder kid again." he's having an episode.
There's that special Snyder kid again. There he goes, and he's like this. Yeah, no.
They're like, now I know why he rides a bike with a ski mask.
Were you really getting stung?
Yeah, I got stung like 5 times in my scalp.
Yeah.
I wish someone took a picture because a picture wouldn't have done unless it was like frame by frame would have been great.
Oh,
But,
I can't even imagine.
like
that video is
Frame-
worth 20 million right now.
They didn't have video cameras back then, but
No. Good one. All right, Ernie. And unless you kidnapped one of your neighbor girls down your basement and started cutting off body parts, I don't know how you're gonna top that.
Okay.
maybe a shit pie. I don't know.
Oh. All right. It's my turn.
You're number one. Give it to us.
Probably one of the most famous nights on my block for a while, and even the neighborhood, the pool night.
I know the story.
Oh,
I'll tell the story. My parents were away, and I had the whole neighborhood in my house, and it was real hot that night. People went over the fence in my backyard to my neighbor's above ground pool. One thing led to another, and before you know it, the pool was gone. Destroyed.
I don't know. That was so wrong. Whoever did that.
People were washed down the alley. like a water park.
It might have been the same party where we rammed Christian Palmieri's through the house into your wall with a spaghetti strainer on his head, but with a hole in the wall. His parents used to.
How did the pool break?
All right. Hold on. I was here.
This is a witness account right here.
Here comes the color. Here comes the color commentary. Okay, me and Vinny Cass, Ernie's father, I love him to death. Really good with money and stuff, but he can be cheap.
Oh.
We call him Nanook of the North in the winter, and he'd be the heat miser during the summer. He wouldn't buy an air conditioner, and he wouldn't put the boiler on. The heat on the house in the winter. So it was stifling in this house, and it's like his parents are probably in Atlantic City. That's when we played. But me and Vinny Cassidy actually jumped in the pool first, and we did it quietly, and then we came back in, and everyone just saw us wet. So next day, everyone ran past us and started jumping into the pool. Now, me and Vinny,
everyone's like, why are they smiling? They're comfortable. Something's going on.
Where was the pool, Ernie? Which neighbor, sides or back?
You had to go to the next backyard. You had to climb the fence.
Okay.
Right. It wasn't a fence. It was a white wooden fence, 5 feet high, easy to jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the best thing is when that pool opened up, I remember Georgie Lewis, who was one of them in the pool. They all got washed down the driveway. It was one of the funniest things you ever seen. But then it turns out, this is what cost all the money. The water went down the basement and blew out their washing machine, their dryer, blew everything out. So,
but how did the pool break? Just you guys in the pool they don't break a pool.
There was 14 people on it.
Oh, well, you said 2 or 3 guys ran past you, and now it's 14.
Well, I got knocked on the floor. I don't remember how many
Get
people
out of the way.
But oh my God, it was funny. But I mean, Ernie, your neighbors are sweethearts. They were the nicest people too. They didn't call the cops. They didn't even know till the next morning. I don't know how we got away with it.
When you say spent all the money, who paid for it? Did anyone have to pay for it?
Ernie threw one of his. Go ahead, Ernie.
Well, actually, first, we figured something out where if you were in the pool when it broke, $30. If you were in the pool at all that night, $25. And if you were in my house at all that night, $10. Then afterwards, as Tommy pointed out, afterwards, I also threw a keg party in the park. I ended up making money, actually.
We used to make fun of Ernie for that one. We used to make money off of these things.
That's when he became a math genius, right there.
Never let it
He's like, wait a second. Oh, I can make 300 on this.
Listen,
I can be a math teacher.
You don't realize, but at that age, 16, 17, so around that age, but a half a keg goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
With 20 people, you know?
Yeah. Half a keg could get 20 16-year-olds hammered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I mean, I didn't pay anything because me and Vinny said that we took a cold shower to go.
Nice. Which is the better alternative, yes. Did you really not pay anything, you cheap bastard?
No, of course.
Poor Ernie. How mad was your dad, Ern?
Oh my God. I had to go to my neighbor's house and call my parents to tell them to confess because I was too scared what they would do to me if I did it in person.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Nicely done. I could just picture you guys going down the driveway. Ah!
It was great. It was fantastic.
That was Action Park before Action Park.
Yep.
No one got any stitches. Class Action Park.
Yeah, exactly. I never left there without myself bleeding. That damn Alpine slide.
Please.
All right, I got a good number 1. I don't know if we were the only kids that ever did this. I'm hoping we were because it's probably the dumbest thing I ever did, adult, kid, anything wise. We never really officially named this game, but over the years we've come to refer to it as pass out. And what we used to do was we used to play a game. You used to go on a wall. You'd lean your back against the wall. You'd crouch down. You'd take 3 deep breaths. And on your 3rd deep breath, and I remember this like it was yesterday, you'd hold the 3rd breath. You'd stand up and one of your friends would, and I hate to even teach this to kids out there, you would take your fingers and just press right here.
Really?
Not hard, but fairly hard. And what you're doing is you're cutting off the blood flow to your vein, to your brain.
Explains a lot.
And what would happen is you would pass out. And the person who was holding their breath and had their neck like this would pass out, and you'd wake up however you passed out, and you'd feel like your head fell asleep, like much like when your hand falls asleep, your head would have that tingling feeling to it. And you'd wake up like you wouldn't know if it was 5 minutes, an hour, 2 days later. You were completely oblivious to what just happened. And, obviously when we kept doing this, the first few times it was scary. And then we realized, okay, everyone's waking up. We would keep doing it. And one time, one of my friends, we did it to one of my buddies in my friend's house. And my friend happened to have a Doberman Pinscher puppy. And this poor Doberman would shit all over the house. So my one friend, we did it to him against the living room wall. And when he passed out, he fell face first into the Doberman shit. And I just had dinner with these guys last year. We still talk about it. It's my friend Rob. He fell face first, passed out into the dog shit. It was, we used to do this for, every weekend. It was ridiculous. It was awful.
We were doing it in a PS222 in the 6th grade.
You did this?
Yeah, the principal had to make an announcement, but we didn't do it with touching here.
How'd you do it?
The person. You get behind the person and pull in, and the blood would rush to the brain.
Oh,
like when you get out of a chair too quick, like sometimes it happens. You get out and you go, whoa, That's
but
what they
would you pass out?
Yeah, you'd hit the floor for like 2 seconds.
That's really dumb.
Yeah, not a good idea.
That's borderline stupid.
Yeah, when we eventually stopped was one of my friends did it, and he was not waking up as quickly as everyone else, and we were getting nervous, slapping him. It probably was only 20, 30 seconds or so, but he was out for, it felt like a while.
Like the Beatles said, a little help from my friends, I mean, these aren't enemies. These are best buddies, but doing this to each other,
The way I look at it now that I'm a father, picture your son or daughter and their friends doing this. Can you imagine?
It just happened recently in my daughter's school, 13, like 2 years ago.
They were doing this?
Every once in a while. Yeah, every once in a while it recycles. So I'm hoping we're starting it all over again.
But were they eating mud pies?
Nah.
Schnapps.
All right, so listen, that's our number ones. That's our top 5. But I know we got to have a couple quick honorable mentions each. What do you got, Duke?
My special guest, my peepee. I have 2 things I can link together there.
Ernie's nervous.
I was in a bathtub. We used to have a Lone Ranger and Tonto were big. I guess I'm showing my age. And they had these like dolls about this big, like a little bigger than G.I. Joe dolls, but they were hard plastic. I was in the bathtub. I must have been like 6, 5, around there. And I pulled one of the legs off of Tonto, and it had like a rubber band slingshot.
Oh, yeah.
It went right back into the socket, and it caught my thing. And another thing, the brain just doesn't know what to do. It's like,
hold on. Come on.
Oh.
It
my mom had
explains so much.
I was like, looking down in the bathtub. I couldn't touch it. I didn't know what to do. And my mom had to come running upstairs and pull the Tonto leg out.
Was it caught in the joint?
Yeah. Do you know how hard those plastic when you pull them in?
I have a couple of them right here. My toy collection.
Oh, let's show us.
No, I don't want to bring. I don't want you to have any, post-traumatic distress disorder here going on here.
And and my second one, real quick. I was playing goalie in Marine Park, and I forgot my jock strap at home, and we were playing another block. So we had to get the game going. So everyone gave me their socks, and I put my socks down in my hockey pads down under the barrels.
Everyone get. I could just picture everyone gathering. Everyone, quick! We need your socks to protect Tommy's balls.
It was a line of people with socks in their hands. You can't lose the goalie and start a game. It's not like the center. The center's not wearing his jock strap. Let him skate home, get what he's got to get, and come back. If I leave, it's an open net. So I stayed, and you know where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
I took a hockey puck to the tip.
Oh.
It was worse than ever getting kicked in the.
Oh.
I fell down. I was like Malachuk when he had his throat cut by the skate. I was like this. I didn't know what to do.
Now, when you put the socks down there, just out of curiosity, were they
socks?
The socks.
Put the socks.
When you put the socks down there, were they in between? Were they in the pants or inside the underwear? Where'd you put the socks?
Inside the underwear, which I gave back to all the guys after I was done.
But it's not bad for their feet. It's bad for you. You're the bad one. Do you understand?
It's bad for us too.
What's worse? I came down with a bad case of athlete's penis after this.
And they all had crab foot?
Yeah. So that's it for my PP stories today, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Aaron, I don't want to cut you off, but since we're on the subject, this didn't happen to me. This happened to a good friend of mine. We were on the school basketball team, and then after our games or practices every week, we would play manhunt in our school. We went to St. Thomas Aquinas in Brooklyn, and in the school there were these big black spiked fences. You know the spiked fences? You know, there's, whatever, 7, 8 feet tall, whatever. The church, they don't want you in there. They're keeping you out. You can't hop these things. It's not like a chain link fence. There's only that little bar on the top and then the spikes. But of course, we're playing manhunt. We're scaling these fences all the time anyway. My one good friend, Jimmy, scales the fence, impales himself. He impales himself. He's caught up there now. It's in his ball.
Oh.
The spike is in his ball. To this day, I'm not even sure. I haven't followed up on him as an adult. I believe he has one ball, but he was caught up there. We had to call the ambulance. It was not good.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Boy, we're really leaving off on a high note here.
Yeah. High note. Get it? I'll play the shadows note right there. All right, Aaron, what do you got?
The only thing I can think of is
the little girl behind the corner.
Swings. There was a lot of what do you call them?
Start again.
Oh, whatchamacallit? This is going back to when all the stunts were happening with the swings. Particularly people would jump off and grab the gate.
Oh, right.
So I never had the courage to do that, but I made up my own, where you would be standing on the swing and you'll lift yourself off your feet off. So the seat would start going nuts because it's nothing holding it.
Right.
So if you could imagine, and then you would have to time it to put your feet back when the swing goes. One time I missed and I missed it and I started falling. And then at the last second, I didn't hit the floor because I held on. And I was like, oh my God, I'm okay. And then I see the swing I've been dragging. I see this in front of me because I've been dragging it in front of me. And it caught me right on my thighs. And I was alone. And I actually crawled home. I crawled across Fillmore Avenue.
Would you give anything to see that footage?
I'm picturing Eddie Murphy in Trading Places, The homeless guy. He's like,
like in the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. I can picture you like that, Ernie. I mean, there's so many other ones, especially growing up in Brooklyn. Not many people even, can relate to this. I know you guys have done this. What about just eggs on Halloween? Destroying people, destroying houses with dozens and dozens of eggs. We used to have this woman on my block that would pay us $20 each just to not destroy her house every Halloween. My friends and I, all my friends were never allowed to have eggs on Halloween. My mother, of course, let everyone do everything. So I had a shed in my backyard. It was literally like a grocery store. Starting in September, we would start loading up hundreds and hundreds of eggs in my shed, and it would be like our base, and we would run back, and there would be hundreds of kids on one side of the street against hundreds of kids on the other side of the avenue, and we would be launching eggs at each other and cars are just going by. It was, if you think back at it, it was insane.
I remember the teachers on Halloween, boys and girls, eggs kill. And we're not talking about cholesterol here, boys and girls. It's like, it was like a big thing, you know. But I was big in the shaving cream.
But you never did
really
eggs?
Nah, never. We had a thing called in the pit. We'd spray people with shaving cream and throw them in the leaves, like a chicken cutlet.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I never got into the egg thing either, or even the shaving cream thing. I thought I didn't really enjoy that. I had no choice. You know, people chase for shaving cream, but I never thought it was fun.
1 year with the eggs, my brother saved one egg, and he kept it in his desk in our room for a year. Picture an egg he kept it in his drawer for a year. It smelled, but it wasn't that bad. You would think that it smelled worse than it did. Kept it for a year, and then on the next Halloween, he hit me with it. And this thing was black. It cracked on me. I smelled the whole day. It was like getting sprayed by a skunk. This thing cracked open, and it was black. And I had this smell on me the rest of the day. It was awful.
You know the patience you have to wait a whole year? How much he doesn't like you?
Yeah. He waited a year. He said, you know what?
I can't wait.
I'll get you back. Watch this. And I can picture him like on Christmas checking it. Summertime. You still there? Okay. We got 3 more months. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's funny when you leave the city, they call it mischief night. And there's a lot of toilet paper.
Right.
I never did toilet paper.
No, never did toilet paper.
We never did toilet paper. Funny.
Too much work.
But we would even stand on Flatbush Avenue and pelt the buses with eggs. Buses. They could just kill everybody.
What is it with you with buses?
I mean, it was Flatbush Avenue. That's where that was where all the fun was to be had. Yeah, I mean, listen. After all these stories, I'm surprised we're alive. I'm surprised you have kids, Tom. After the penis story, Ernie, I'm surprised you ever found a woman after your stalking stories.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure Colleen has never heard those stories, and she's going to be pleasantly surprised when she watches this episode.
Yeah, I'll be coming to live with you guys.
You have a mud pie coming your way, buddy.
She's gonna say to you tonight, Ernie, I made you such a special cake, you have to eat it. And you can be like,
and you better say you like it.
yes.
You better say you like it.
Oh, I'm not as good as Christine's mud pies.
Or Andrea.
You remember Christina, right?
Of course. I said I was part of that mud pie thing. Colleen's like, that's funny. You never forgot your homework when it came to me.
Hold on. I didn't share the mud pies with you. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second.
I gotta go.
She was cheating on you, Ernie?
She's giving her mud pies to Tommy? I don't know.
Oh,
that mud pie whore. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Guys, this is a good one. We will definitely follow this up in the near future with the top 5 dumbest things we did as adults. I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of, and we were drinking this when the beginning of all those stories. So it's the same dumbness. It's just it starts with alcohol when you're an adult.
That's dumbass update.
Everyone out there, please tell us some of your dumb things you did as a kid. We grew up in the same area, so I think a lot of this is neighborhood related. I would love to hear other people from different parts of the country or Ernie's fan base down under.
Hello, Australia.
In Australia, what they did. I'm so curious to hear other people's dumb stories as kids. I'm sure there's plenty of them. Email us at top5 with Joey Cassata at gmail.com. Send us your lists. Comment on YouTube. Download us on iTunes, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can get a podcast. Download us. Give us a like. Send us a 5-star review on iTunes. Tell us what you think of the show. Doctor, any last words?
No, I just can see like cases of Australian mud pies delivered to Ernie's house tomorrow.
With love letters.
All letters. As usual, love you guys. Miss yous. Stay well.
Ernie, any last words?
Baby. I got 2
I'm
shots.
surprised. I'm surprised Tommy didn't go with the furniture moving in the middle of the night.
Well, that was not the difference between dumb and fun. I'm surprised you didn't go with a hockey stick when you tried to hit a cardboard box and you cut me right.
Oh
my
man,
forehead.
that wasn't I still feel terrible about that.
Yeah, you got me twice so far.
Tommy, you thought the hockey stick was an accident?
No, Ernie, I never did. I got to be honest with you, never did.
Oh, he got you back after all. See
Of
that?
course he did. Subconsciously.
Oh, the hockey stick is a terrible story, by the way. That was a terrible.
Split me up.
Oh.
But wait, why was he swinging a hockey stick at you? I don't know this.
No, we
You
all
got
were
that
beating up the box. Just it was fun. We were.
Yeah,
we
we're
were
swinging
sick.
at the box this way, and Ernie decides to go up like this.
Oh,
Oh, he caught you going up.
He missed the box and right up my
something in
forehead.
his head.
God.
Joe,
And I-
when I went to pull the stick out, it didn't come out as he went like this. I was like,
Ernie took his foot on my forehead and pulled his stick out of my forehead.
oh,
He was probably like,
Oh.
take that, you son of a bitch, for
Oh,
eating my girl's mud pies.
I blocked that from my memory. Oh,
You big. Oh, stop! You're gonna go have sex now. You're so happy.
oh.
And on that note, good night, everybody. Great time, everyone.
Mwah. Be good, boys.